going to show you my favorite way of changing yarn colors when working in a striped knitting pattern. I've got a little swatch here. I'm at the end of the row and I'm ready to change colors. Now there are many different ways to change colors, but if you want a very clean break, I have found that there aren't all that many alternatives. Even with a nice spit join, you often end up with a short area at the start of the row that is a blend of the two colors and makes for a couple of muddy stitches at the start of the row. And if you're changing colors always on one side of the fabric, it will eventually be enough of a difference to show sometimes. And or you might just want to learn something new. Okay, so I'm at the end of my row ready to start a new color. I've got black on the needles and I'm going to change to this light gray. Now with this join, this is a hybrid between a spit splice and a Russian join. So I'm going to break my yarn to change colors. I'm going to break my yarn at a fairly short length. It might surprise you. So I'm going to just go ahead and break that. And I'm going to take note of the length. That's a little bit shorter than 1 inch. Now I'm going to go back 6 or 7 stitches. I just need to go back far enough that I have a little length to work with. Okay. Now, on the broken end of the yarn, you want to undo the plies for a length of about 3 inches. So just pull apart and loosen the plies a little bit. It doesn't have to be super long. A few inches is plenty. Now, on the new yarn, you want to do the same thing on the beginning end. So I've got a few inches of the new yarn unraveled here, kind of set up already. Now, what you want to do now is overlap the plies this way so that the color that you were working with, the old color, is overlapped by that length that you measured from the end of the needle. Now, I'm going to fold the old yarn over the new yarn, like this. You can see like that. And then I'm going to fold the new yarn over the old yarn in the same spot. And I'm just going to rub those two ends a little bit. I'm working with a Shetland wool, which is very tacky, and I don't even need any moisture to make them stick together a little bit. Now I'm going to do the same thing with the other ply. So to repeat, I'm going to flatten it out a bit so I can see what I'm doing. I'm going to fold the old yarn over the new yarn and the new yarn over the old yarn, and I just want to pull on it a little bit to check my lengths and make sure that they match, and I think we're doing pretty good here. And then rub this together to make it stick like that. So now I've got the two plies joined to the old yarn to the new yarn, and I'm going to twist them together a bit. And then I'm going to generously wet my hand with some saliva off camera. Now saliva the use of saliva is kind of important because the enzymes in saliva will act as a catalyst with the protein in the fiber to encourage the felting process. And then when I'm done, I've got a nice clean color join there. Now, when I work to the end of the row, my color is perfectly placed to begin a new row. So now when I start my row, I've got a perfect placement of color. Let me purl a few stitches and turn the work around. And you can see there that the color is joined with no smearing of old color and new color. And it's going to look like a nice clean stripe there. So that's the Revolutionary Russian. Thank you for joining me today. No pun intended.